We'll end this pledge message in 3 minutes. If you will go to your telephone right now, call one of those numbers.
The Prisoner was a work that was, at the time of its creation, very close to Patrick McGoohan's heart. Outside of the two-part finale, this is probably nowhere better illustrated than in Free for All. McGoohan wrote the episode under the pseudonym Patty Fitz and also directed it. In addition, this was one of the principal episodes McGoohan had in mind when he originally devised The Prisoner as a 7-episode miniseries. We get even more indications that Free for All was an important episode when we see many of the themes from the series opener, Arrival, echoed here. For instance, in Arrival, the prisoner is given the number 6. But why number 6?
For official purposes, everyone has a number. Yours is number 6.
I am not a number. I am a person.
6 of one, half a dozen of another.
He's reminded of this in Free for All. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. This reiterates the idea that 6 could be any one of us in the modern world, an idea that's reinforced by the name of McGoohan's production company, Everyman Films. The original Everyman was an allegorical character in a 15th century English morality play entitled The Summoning of Everyman. Morality plays in general used characters to personify abstract qualities such as vices and virtues. So we might deduce that what McGoohan had in mind with The Prisoner was the creation of a modern morality play in which Everyman, number 6, is intended to represent our own individuality. Other lines from Arrival are also repeated in Free for All. I am not a number, I am a person, for instance, and the classic line, I am not a number, I am a free man. The fact that this line is repeated so often in this series reinforces the significance of the message. As a matter of fact, McGoohan once stated that if he hadn't been allowed to say that particular line, he probably wouldn't have done the series at all. So, if Free for All is so important to McGoohan, just what is it he's trying to tell us? That free elections are a sham? That the visible leaders are themselves controlled by hidden power brokers? That shallow slogans regularly replace real platforms? That it doesn't matter for whom you vote because the system is a self-perpetuating beast? Well, we can, of course, answer these questions any way we see fit, based on our own individual beliefs and biases. And that's the real point, that Free for All presents us with the opportunity to consider these tough questions. Certainly McGoohan's viewpoint is clear enough. Power, even the promise of power, is a dangerous intoxicant. Maybe that's why so much is made of liquor in this episode. The villagers aren't allowed real alcohol. They must get their intoxication from the political campaign. They're encouraged to drown their individuality in the group instead of in the bottle. But with political power in the village, as with their liquor, the masses get only an impotent imitation. Only those who already have the power get the real thing. The prisoner should have suspected this, and the outcome of his bid for power, when he first saw his campaign button, a little number 6, surrounded by a big black funeral wreath. Well, just as an item of trivia, some of you might be wondering what language number 58 was speaking, and the answer is none. Actress Rachel Herbert made up the language based on certain Slavic sounds with which she was familiar. Now, I promised you earlier that I'd give you the names and addresses of some of the Prisoner fan clubs still in operation. And far be it from me to break such an important campaign promise. So if you've got your crayons ready, you might write these addresses on the wall, but don't let Mom catch you. First, there's the Villagers, a prisoner appreciation society. They publish a newsletter called the Tally Ho, containing letters, photos, art, and articles. For information, write to Lisa J. Rubin, 5030 Linnean Avenue, Northwest, Washington, D.C., 20008. Another is Friends of the Prisoner. They publish a newsletter called Once Upon a Time, which includes analyses, interviews, and McGoohan news. They also have conventions in Portmeirion, Wales, the real-life location of the village. Write to David Lawrence, 104 Alley Street, Clemson, South Carolina, 29631. Back issues of the Green Dome magazine, a fanzine for prisoner enthusiasts, which includes articles, analyses, trivia quizzes, original prisoner fiction, and detailed information about the Secret Agent series, are available from Betsy Hatcher, 1928 South Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 19146. Finally, there is 6 of 1, the largest prisoner fan club in existence, with over 2,000 members worldwide. Members received an individually numbered badge, a map of the village, photos, 60 pages of prisoner material, and more. They also publish regular magazines and hold annual conventions in Port Merion. For information about 6 of 1, write to Bruce Clark, American Coordinator, 6 of 1 Information, Post Office Box 172, Hatfield, Pennsylvania, 19440. For all these fan clubs, we suggest inquiring first and enclosing a self-addressed stamped envelope. So let's all us individuals get out there and
Join the club.
Next week's offering in our reshuffled sequence of episodes is Many Happy Returns. And here again, our hero attempts yet another escape from his mysterious captors. Will he never learn? This time, however, his efforts lead to some surprising results. And appropriately, I'll be back too with a short biography of our illustrious star, Patrick McGowan. So until then, Elezit Zona.